now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio, and I am your host, Deanie. We have a very special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say that, wind against your face. The faster you move forward, the more the wind blows against your face. That's science, right? When you encounter much difficulty and resistance, it is because you're in the process of making significant progress. Those who have no problems are those who never venture out to accomplish anything. Those who face the most challenges are those who end up creating the most value. When a particular problem arises, it is because you have progressed to the point where you can deal with it. When a challenge comes along, that's because you are truly ready for where it can bring you. See the obstacles as gateways, and you will see their true value. Each new challenge is a stepping stone, a waypoint on the journey to real and meaningful accomplishments. I remember a time ago, I used to be like the franchise owner of a Radio Shack, and I was so good at this job, right, that the people who I would hire, I would tell them, no matter what you do, what you break, I can fix it. So don't worry about making a mistake. Don't worry about this, don't worry about that. It's all fixable. I've done every wrong thing you can think of just to understand the mechanics of how things work. And so sometimes obstacles or challenges are just the next step to get to where you got to go, the next level of understanding or experience. So feel the wind as it blows against your face and know that what you are feeling is a rapid movement forward. My name is Coach Deanie, and change is possible. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Well, let's go. All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL. That's Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And my name is Deanie. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, spirituality, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. The ones that are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's guest is back, and this time he's bringing the echoes of lost love and raw energy of true rock anthems. A master of both music and storytelling, Zach Adams fuses the haunting with the heartfelt, turning heartbreak into art across songs, novels, and even the gaming world. With a sound that channels Prince, Muse, and Arctic Monkeys, and a novel soon to hit shelves, he's on the brink of something monumental. So please join me in saying welcome, friend, to the incredible Zach Adams. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm great, man. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I know that was a bad edition of or a re-edition of Welcome Back, Cotter. But
Oh,
anyhow,
yeah.
see, you couldn't even tell what I was singing. I know it was terrible. That's why you do the singing, right?
I just slipped my memory for a second.
No, man, the singing was bad. You don't have to be nice. But thank
no
you. All right, man, before we dive back into this creative storm, what's been haunting your thoughts or lighting your imagination on fire lately?
Well, I've been up to same old, to be honest. I'm still working on the album. Phantom Love is, in fact, the final single before it comes out. Coming close to finish line on that.
How do you feel now that you're so close?
Pretty great. It's taking me a long time, but it's getting there, and I'm excited. I hope that people enjoy it. People I've showed it to so far seem to be having good things to say. So.
Yeah. This album, did you record it and write it like a novel?
Kind of, sort of. The lyrics, I may have mentioned this when I was on the show before, but the lyrics mostly are taken. There's quotes from the book, there's themes, so it's sort of a loose concept album where it's sort of vague poetry from the perspective of the characters, if that makes sense.
Indeed. So, man, let's jump straight into The Ghost. So, when you first wrote Phantom Love, did you know it would become this powerful anthem?
Honestly, I had no idea. I just sat down one day. I had been so used to writing more aggressive music. I played in a few punk and metal bands when I was about 18 to 22, that age range, and I just wanted to experiment. I was just sitting in my apartment at the time, listening to a lot of Arctic Monkeys and Muse and Prince, like you said, and I had the chord progression and just the concept, and started playing this melody, and I came up with the guitar rhythm part off of that. The solo actually didn't come out until at least a couple years later. I was playing around with it until about 2020.
Over those years, did the sound change any?
Very much. It was, the demo was crafted on my laptop originally, so it was very rigid, not very human sounding. And so I spent a lot of time refining the instrumental parts and making it an actual song as opposed to just this demo I put together with a bunch of numbers and keys.
Yeah. What made you go back to it?
I was really happy with how the demo, how the composition had turned out, and I wanted to finish it. And as I was working on the album, I was compiling all my material I had at the time, and that was one of them. I felt it was one of my stronger pieces, and so I just kept working on it. And I was having a hard time finding the right vocal tone once the instrumental was said and done. And I happened to meet my friend Samantha at a karaoke contest a year before last now, I believe. And we started talking about collaborating, and I brought her over to my recording space to give it a try. And I really liked how she sang it. It was much better than what I was doing, to be honest.
Mm.
And
Okay.
my take was a bit more angsty, a bit more Nirvana influence, which isn't bad, but it wasn't really fitting.
Yeah. So just to go back to the album just a bit, do you think it's going to grow beyond the amount of songs you have on there now?
No, it's pretty set in stone at the moment. I'm hoping to release it in early mid-July.
Yeah.
So the set list, while the order might change, is about, I think, 12 tracks last I checked. And it's pretty set.
Okay, cool. Man, the reason I asked Zach is because I had a run as an artist a time ago, and my very first album had like 13 songs on it, just from the last 5 years of just trying to figure out who I was as an artist and as a new dad, unexpectedly, a touring artist at that. So this album was 13 songs. Drake had just come out, and I ended up adding 4 more songs to the record out of peer pressure because I just didn't feel like I hit it hard enough, compared to some of the newer artists that were coming out at that time. Even though I had been around the block, I wasn't a new guy, but I've been around for some time. But to do my own solo work was the first go at it, and I was pretty set on 13. That was just the number I had. I had the song titles, the concepts, but then, like I said, man, four more songs got added to that, brand new songs at that. So I always got to ask, man, like, it's like writing a book or writing a story. How do you know when to end it?
Yeah, that is definitely the big question with any project, really.
Yeah.
And I have actually updated it recently. There was one song that was going to be on there and then wasn't going to be on there, and then I suddenly had an idea for it in the past few weeks, in fact, and decided, no, it's good enough now. I'll put it back on there.
Yeah. Do you have to tell yourself no when things like that happen?
I sometimes the biggest issue is overjudging whatever I do. If I'm working alone, especially, and no one to bounce ideas off of, I have a bad habit of just rejecting anything I come up with. And so actually keeping anything from a chord progression, a line in a lyric, or a guitar riff, there's a lot of anxiety I gotta fight through to keep anything.
But you pay attention to detail, meticulous.
I try to.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing, man. And it shows. It shows in the music. You could hear it, that you really care about each chord progression, each riff, Yeah, man, it's phenomenal. How did the concept of a phantom limb evolve into the emotional core of the song?
It actually came from, of all bands, Alice in Chains. I was listening to their record, The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. There's a track called Phantom Limb, and that's, of course, a pretty common concept. And so I had that on my mind, of this concept of something being gone, but you can still feel it. And while I had the concept, I really didn't have a lot of feeling to put into it yet, like when I had the instrumental of the song. And it wasn't until I went through my last breakup a few years ago that I actually felt like I had something to say. And so it turned into a little bit of a therapy project, as a lot of things do.
Okay. So for those who haven't heard the song, Phantom Love is a personal story from your life about your last breakup.
Yes, and in fact, it's the only one on the album that doesn't directly pertain to my book that I released 23, I believe.
Yeah. Why is that? Why didn't you relate it to the book?
It was just the only one that came out more personal. The other ones were all filtered, like I said, through characters and themes and events within the story. And this one, I just really wanted to get it out and release because I felt it was a good song. And so it's included on the album as a sort of, I guess, a post-credit scene to the story. Not directly tied to Dead Man Walking, but part of the batch of songs still.
Yeah. I mean, did you write yourself as a character in your book?
Yes and no. The main character was originally based on a friend of mine and named after him, but as it's written in sort of a first/third person, it turned into third person, but it's through his perspective. More and more of myself started to bleed into it.
And what would you call a phantom love? What is that? What would you define it as?
Just a love that you lost. Anyone that you felt strongly for that didn't work out, they got away for whatever reason, whether it was mutual or something bad happened. It's just I think that's something a lot of people resonate with. It's just, and it can be anywhere from the expectations you had for a relationship that maybe didn't last as long as you thought it might, or maybe you were together for years and it ended up falling apart. And even years later, it still comes to mind.
It's a love that lingers.
Right.
You get a smell, and here comes a memory. You see, sitcom, and oh man, we used to watch the sitcom. Let me text this funny thing, and oh yeah, I remember. I can't do that. And yeah. Oh man, I have a lot of those. Well, not. Yeah. Let me. Don't know who's listening, but oh man, but yeah. Phantom love definitely can relate to that. I don't really think I have one now, but I definitely can relate to that. I do know. Especially when, it's an argument and you're still with this person and you're like, you want to send this funny video, but you're just like, oh man, we're not talking.
Right, that can be tough too.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's like, wow. Anyway, do you believe we ever recover from those phantom loves?
I think so. And the one that I wrote about, the person that I had in my mind when I originally wrote the lyrics, it didn't work out. We stayed friends for a while, but we ended up both moving on. And I think anyone can really do that. And while you still might have those memories and those random pangs of affection and missing somebody, I think anyone can move on from anything if they want to.
Yeah.
Or if they try to, I guess is a better way of putting it.
For sure. So man, that guitar solo, pure electricity, brother. Was that a one-take magic moment or a painstaking build?
That I wrote before I actually recorded it. I had the rhythm parts and everything demoed out, and I was sitting in my bedroom, and again in about mid to late 2020, and I just started jamming along with it, and I did some editing over time, but what it ended up being is more or less what it started as. Yeah. And then when I recorded it, it was just 2 takes and it was down.
Yeah, man. Who were you channeling the most? Prince, Adrian Belew, or Clapton? Or you tell me.
Honestly, I was thinking of Matthew Bellamy when I wrote it. His solo on the song Madness.
Ah. Okay. That's an interesting one, yeah. You said that...
a little bit...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say it came a little bit faster, a little bit more jagged. It's a bit more melodic and smooth, I feel like. But that was what I had in mind.
What did it feel risky doing that?
I don't know if it felt risky. It definitely it changed the song. I didn't know how. I knew I wanted to have some sort of instrumental bridge there, but I didn't know how it was going to turn out when I started. And so when I sat down to just try to write something, I was like, okay, can I actually do this? It's been a while.
Yeah. And not to mention, Samantha added a beautiful layer to the track. How did that? Yeah. So you guys met at a karaoke thing, and it turned into a collaboration. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, like I said, we met at a contest, and we were both competing, and we added each other on social media. Started talking. Just mutually appreciating each other's voices and talking about collaborating. And like I said, I was having a hard time really getting the right tone for the vocal part of the song. And I just had a hunch that she might be a good fit, and I feel like it paid off.
What did her voice bring to the emotional weight of the song?
hard for me to describe. Like, I really would. I'd like to get her on if she's listening. I had given her the number, but personally, she reminded me of Shirley Manson when she was doing it. I know she's got a lot of influences, but that was what I heard when I was recording her and mixing the tracks.
All right. Well, guys, I know you are anticipating this song. We have Phantom Love by Zach Adams that features Samantha, hopefully I pronounced this correctly, Palisak, and Jonathan. Oh, say that again?
Oh, it's okay. I think you got it right.
All right. And Jonathan Valentine. So here it is. Oh, and before I forget, when we return, it will be our usual, the hot seat, where Zach can perform for us if he wants to. He could rap, sing, play an instrument, tell a joke, tell a story from his life, give some advice, spoken word, or do nothing at all. That is cool as well. But for right now, here it is, Phantom Love. Stay tuned. nice. Yo, welcome back again. That was Phantom Love by Zach Adams. Let's go ahead and bring him back. Hey, welcome back. And you're back live with us and in our hot seat. Are you going to perform for us?
Well, last time I subjected your poor audience to some terrible jokes. This time I came prepared with a guitar. Thought I might play a short little instrumental piece I've been working on for the past few days. Doesn't really have a name yet, but I'm going to try not to mess it up.
All right. Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Man, let's talk about the future. There is a video game collaboration coming. How is it unfolding?
It's it's still kind of a work in progress. I'm scheduling meetings and talking things out, but I do have a team that, like I said, we're going back and forth, and that it might be a while, but it's definitely being worked on.
All right, cool. I'll keep my ears to the street on that. So, man, where can our listeners connect with you online and check out more music?
I'm pretty active on Facebook. I have the Splitting Atoms Entertainment Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/Slatanac, all one word. And then I have my slightly less active but still exists personal page, which is just Zach Adams, facebook.com/Dr. Who's on First.
All right, cool. What an electric ride with Zach Adams. And just in case, listeners, you didn't get those links, no worries. I will have them in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is just click those links. And that way you can explore the haunted corridors of Phantom Love along with Zach. You can also dive into the emotional depths of heartbreak and peek behind the curtain at his upcoming fantasy novel, Dead Man Walking. From his fearless genre jumps to cross-medium collaborations, Zach is proving that art knows no boundaries, only infinite possibilities. Be sure to stream Phantom Love on all platforms and stay tuned for the release of his novel and future projects under Splitting Atoms Entertainment. I'll have that link also available for you. And if you love this episode, hit that subscribe button, leave us a 5-star rating, and share this show with someone who believes in the magic of art and raw emotion. And hey, if you want to keep these creative fires burning, you can head over to buymeacoffee.com/Vigilantes Radio and, buy me a coffee. Yeah, that money goes towards books. It's one thing I love to do is read. But until next time, remember, some ghosts are worth keeping around, especially the ones that inspire greatness. Thank you so much, Zach. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Peace to all. My name is Deanie, and I am the host of Vigilantes Radio Live. I think that we are beyond just asking cool questions and getting cool responses. I think that we are here as creatives to provide an example that you can do things different outside of expectations, because some of us simply were not born into the club, but there is perhaps a door, window, or back gate that we can leave a clue for you to get into. Life is short, but there are plenty of moments to try and get it right. Pursuing your dreams and learning from mistakes may be tough, but regret is tougher. To book your interview, email us at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That's a V as in victorious. Or visit onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm counting on you. Heaven, we all are counting on you to step into your purpose and your passion. You are listening to Vigilantes Radio live on iHeartRadio, providing you with an opportunity to dive deeper.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com.